So it's the 12th of May here at Pichon Baron, and we have just come to the end of the tasting period of En Primeurs. Over the last 3 to 4 weeks, we've received more than 1,000 people, professional wine tasters, whether they're journalists or trade, from all over the world. And we've had the opportunity to taste every day our wines many times and discuss them with all these extremely experienced tasters. And so I thought it would be interesting to share some impressions of the vintage after this experience. 2021 was, first of all, a year of extremely low yields here in southern Pauillac at Pichon Baron. We're always a very low yield producer at around 30 to 35 hectolitres a hectare, because we have a lot of very old vines in our vineyard, which is very good for quality but not so good for quantity. And this year we had various difficulties such as couleure during flowering, some frosts in the spring, and some very virulent mildew in the summer. All these things combined to reduce yields to an even lower level than normal. And so we were actually at around 22 hectolitres a hectare at Pichon Baron. That's to say around 35% down on last year. However, the wines themselves are really very lovely. It's important to underline that 2021 had several unique characteristics, and the wines express this. The last 3 vintages we had, 18, 19 and 20, although they were all very different in style, all had in common that they had hot, sunny summers. What really determined the quality of the wines, however, was a wonderful end of season in August and September, where we had prolonged periods of sunshine, not particularly hot, but just what you need is obviously the sunshine for the photosynthesis to work, and this enabled us to get the grapes perfectly ripe. So this wonderful end of season, working on very low yields, meant that the grapes became wonderfully ripe. However, at the heart of the mid-palate of the 2021, there is this wonderful freshness and coolness, which comes from the fact that the midsummer was not particularly hot. Years like this are particularly revealing of the personalities of different terroirs. And 2021 is exactly like that. Within our own vineyard at Pichon Baron, there are striking differences in personality between Les Tourelles, which is of course our Merlot-based second wine, between Les Griffons, which is our Cabernet-based second wine, and the Grand Vin of Pichon Baron. It's also a year where not only having a great terroir was important, it's also a year where decision-making was important. What makes the 2021s both unique and wonderful, I think, is a wonderful precision and purity in the fruit, and a very lovely finesse on the tannins. Here at Pichon Baron, it's really always about the Cabernets in the Grand Vin, and this year is no exception. In fact, the Grand Vin Pichon Baron this year has the highest proportion of Cabernet that we've ever had, at 88% Cabernet Sauvignon and 12% Merlot. The last time we had a percentage this high was actually in 2019. The wines have wonderful intensity, density, and these will actually be very great wines to age for many decades.